The gap between staying broke forever and building real wealth is smaller than most people realize. And it comes down to about $20,000. That's the threshold almost nobody crosses. And their salary has nothing to do with it. Nobody in the financial industry wants to tell you this truth because it sounds too simple. They need you to believe wealth is complicated, but it isn't. Wealth is arithmetic. And the arithmetic shows that everything starts working differently once you cross a certain threshold. Asterisk. Asterisk. What follows is exactly why this happens. What changes when you get there, and why most people sabotage themselves right before the breakthrough. If you're working a modest job, bringing home an ordinary paycheck, and wondering whether financial independence is even possible for someone like you, then sit down and pay attention. Difficult beginnings are something I understand. Starting with almost nothing is familiar territory for me. Earning a modest salary, watching every dollar, feeling like the mountain is too high to climb, going through a divorce that takes almost everything, burying a child and paying medical bills out of pocket because insurance doesn't exist in your world, walking the streets crying, then waking up the next morning to go back to work because no other option exists. The great philosophers of realism are also the great philosophers of what I call soldiering through. And if you soldier through, you can survive almost anything. Sympathy isn't why I'm telling you about hardship. I'm telling you because something critical needs to be understood before we go any further. If your situation feels too difficult, if your starting point seems too low, if you believe the deck is stacked against you in ways that make wealth impossible, then reconsider that belief. Whether building wealth from nothing is possible isn't the real question. The real question is whether you're willing to do what's required. Here's what most people get wrong about money. The early stages of wealth building are brutally and painfully slow. You save a few hundred and it just sits there. Then you add more and the pile grows at a pace that feels almost insulting. Other people are buying things, taking vacations, living what looks like a better life. And you start wondering if you're the fool. Most people quit right here, right at the moment when everything feels pointless. What escapes them is that they're standing at the base of an exponential curve. The early part of that curve appears nearly flat, like nothing is happening. But the curve isn't actually flat. It's waiting. And quitting now means never seeing what happens next. Some simple arithmetic is worth understanding. Because the elementary mathematics of compound interest is one of the most important models on Earth. Suppose you manage to save $400 a month, which adds up to $4,800 a year. At the end of year one, you have about $5,000. You sacrifice for an entire year, skipped vacations, drove the old car, and all you have to show for it is $5,000. This is where the weak-minded give up. They do the math wrong because they think linearly. They assume saving $100,000 will take decades and decide it's pointless. The thinking is exactly backwards. The first $20,000 is where everything changes. Not because $20,000 is magical, but because of what happens psychologically and mathematically once you cross that threshold. Psychologically, you stop feeling like someone who can't save money. Your identity shifts. A cushion exists. You sleep better. Options appear. You're no longer one emergency away from disaster. Mathematically, your money starts working in visible ways. Even modest returns generate real, noticeable progress. Over time, returns begin to match and then exceed what you can save from income alone. Eventually, your money works harder than you do. This is the great secret of wealth. The first phase requires almost all sacrifice. You do all the work while your money does nothing. Then a crossover point arrives. Most people never reach it because they quit during the hardest part. The curve is exponential. The early part is flat. The later part is steep. Nobody reaches the steep part without surviving the flat part. Mental errors keep people poor. The first is impatience. Wealth demands delayed gratification. Most people cannot wait. They spend today to feel better and guarantee poverty tomorrow. The second error is envy. Envy destroys good plans. It pushes people to take stupid risks just to keep up. The surface always deceives. You don't know other people's real situations. The third error is self-pity. Self-pity weakens you. It paralyzes action. Weakness does not build wealth. The solution is inversion. Ask what guarantees staying poor forever and avoid those things. Spending more than you earn. Not saving. High-interest debt. Being unreliable. Excessive leverage. Acting on envy. Feeling sorry for yourself. Remarkable. Advantage comes from trying to be consistently not stupid rather than trying to be brilliant. Spend less than you earn. Save something consistently. Invest patiently. Avoid toxic people and habits. Keep learning. Be reliable. Be patient. Savings make you ready when trouble comes, and trouble always comes. Leverage destroys smart people. Borrowing to accelerate wealth often wipes people out. Getting rich only needs to happen once. Building wealth slowly without catastrophic risk means no one can take it from you. Saving is only half the equation. Increasing earning power matters. The safest way to get what you want is to deserve it. Become more valuable. Learn continuously. Develop skills people will pay for. Stay inside your circle of competence. Don't play games where others have the advantage. Master what you understand and slowly expand it. Once you have capital, opportunities appear that are invisible to people without it. Capital attracts opportunity. Opportunity generates more capital. Patience matters more than action. The big money is made by waiting. Constant trading interrupts compounding and destroys returns. Compounding works best when uninterrupted. Taxes, fees, panic selling, all reduce the final result. Yes, it's harder today. More competition exists. But harder is not impossible. The arithmetic hasn't changed. Patience, discipline, and learning still work. Work with people you admire. Build genuine relationships. Be a good partner. The point of wealth is not possessions. It's freedom. Being able to say no. Being able to wait. Being able to choose. Don't inflate your lifestyle when money arrives. Keep expenses flat. Complexity benefits sellers, not you. Simplicity wins. If you want one message, it's this: old virtues work. Spend less than you earn. Work hard. Keep learning. Be patient. Avoid debt. Avoid envy. Avoid self-pity. Don't do stupid things. The first $20,000 will be hard. Ignore temptation. Stay the course. Because once you cross it, something shifts. Scarcity loosens. Momentum begins. then $50,000, then $100,000. And beyond that, the curve steepens dramatically. None of it happens without surviving the flat part. None of it happens without crossing that first threshold. Now you understand. The question is what you're going to do about it. Start now. Save something. Avoid stupidity. Keep learning. Be patient. Asterisk.